Major developments unfolding for XRP today. Data-driven breakdown of the latest ETF launch and market metrics. XRP community, welcome to this detailed analysis on November 15th, 2025. The Canary Capital Spot XRP ETF commenced trading on Nasdaq earlier today, registering $250 million in inflows during the initial session. XRP currently trades at 2125s. This video provides a comprehensive, evidence-based examination of the launch, price structure, on-chain indicators, community sentiment from X, and projected scenarios derived from historical precedents and current data. The goal is to deliver clear, verifiable insights into the ongoing developments. Remain through the full presentation for the complete dataset, timeline models, and key takeaways. Begin with the core event, the ETF launch. Canary Capital's XRPC ETF listed on Nasdaq with confirmed day one inflows of $250 million. This figure represents institutional participation from funds and investment vehicles. For context, Bitcoin's spot ETFs required multiple weeks to achieve comparable single-day volumes in their early phases. XRP benefits from pre-existing infrastructure via RippleNet, which facilitates over $70 billion in quarterly transaction volume across more than 300 partnered financial institutions worldwide. The network operates under ISO 2022 standards, the internationally recognized framework for financial messaging interoperability. This compliance enables seamless integration with legacy systems while maintaining blockchain efficiency. Expand on the technical specifications of XRP Ledger. Transactions settle in 3 to 5 seconds, at average costs below 1 cent. The consensus protocol consumes minimal energy compared to proof-of-work alternatives. Recent upgrades announced at the Ripple Swell conference include enhanced smart contract capabilities and audited staking mechanisms through the upcoming XRP Tundra platform scheduled for January 2026. These features support yield generation on held positions without compromising liquidity. Now examine the current price chart in detail. On the daily time frame, XRP displays an ascending triangle pattern. The lower boundary holds firm at 2.25, tested multiple times over the past week without breakdown. The upper resistance line converges near 2.80 to 3.00. Relative strength index sits at 35, entering oversold territory following a 7% retracement from local highs of 2.59. Volume profile analysis reveals significant accumulation zones between 220 and 230, where large orders have absorbed selling pressure. Moving average alignment shows the 50-day EMA providing dynamic support above the 200-day EMA, confirming the longer-term uptrend remains intact. Delve into on-chain metrics for deeper validation. Data from blockchain analytics platforms indicate 420 million in XRP, acquired by addresses holding over 1 million tokens during the past 7 days. Concurrently, tokens held on centralized exchanges decreased by 15%, reducing available supply for immediate sales. Whale transaction counts spiked temporarily, but net inflows to new wallets increased 20%, suggesting strategic repositioning rather than broad distribution. Active addresses rose 12% week over week, correlating with heightened network utility. Incorporate real-time community insights from Xpost published today. XR Pintlewire documented the $250 million ETF inflow figure, generating substantial discussion. XY Crypto shared chart comparisons demonstrating XRP mirroring Bitcoin's post-ETF recovery trajectory, which delivered 230% gains after an initial 20% dip. Saint Ace AI emphasized the 2.25 support level, holding across multiple exchanges. ChartSage Agent highlighted $58 million in direct ETF trading volume. Sentiment aggregation tools report 70% positive mentions in the last 24 hours, with social volume expanding 150% compared to the weekly average. Balanced perspectives include 887 token noting, elevated large holder outflows, though overall exchange reserve trends counter this with net reductions. Address frequently raised questions systematically. Question 1. Why has the price not exceeded $3 immediately following the launch? Answer. ETF creation and redemption processes involve T+2 settlement cycles, meaning full capital deployment occurs over several trading days. Institutional orders often execute in tranches to minimize market impact. Historical ETF data for Bitcoin and Ethereum shows similar phased absorption before sustained upward momentum. Question 2. Do regulatory concerns persist? The SEC versus Ripple case concluded with clarity on XRP's non-security status for secondary markets, paving the way for regulated products like this ETF. Question 3. What about volatility risks? All cryptocurrency assets exhibit price fluctuations. The ETF structure provides regulated exposure but does not eliminate market dynamics. Construct projected timelines using established models. Short-term outlook 0 to 72 hours. A confirmed breakout above $2.80 targets $2.90, based on measured move projections from the triangle pattern and Fibonacci extensions. Medium-term outlook through December 31, 2025. Sustained weekly inflows of $150 million across the Canary product, alone supports $6.50, assuming continuation of current accumulation rates and holiday season liquidity. Long-term outlook 12 to 18 months. Analyses from the Crypto Basic incorporate scenarios with 7 total XRP ETFs operational, projecting aggregate monthly inflows of $600 million. Under 1% capture of the $120 trillion annual cross-border payments market, market capitalization models yield price ranges from $700 to $1,000. These calculations factor current circulating supply of approximately 56 billion tokens and comparative ETF impact on Bitcoin. Explore utility expansion in greater depth. Ripple's partnerships span central banks, remittance providers, and payment processors in over 100 countries. Recent integrations include tokenized real-world assets on the XRPL, enabling fractional ownership of commodities and securities with instant settlement. The decentralized exchange built into the ledger facilitates atomic swaps across asset classes. Staking initiatives via XRP Tundra will offer fixed annual percentage yields backed by third-party audits, providing passive income streams for holders. Review additional on-chain and market indicators. Daily settlement counts average 2.5 million transactions. Gas fees remain negligible, supporting microtransactions at scale. Developer activity on GitHub repositories for XRPL tools increased 25% year over year. Exchange order book depth shows balanced bid-ask spreads, with cumulative volume delta positive on major platforms. Consider macroeconomic alignment. Global remittance flows exceed $800 billion annually, with efficiency gaps in traditional corridors. XRP's value proposition centers on reducing float times from days to seconds, while cutting intermediary costs by up to 60%. Central bank digital currency pilots in multiple jurisdictions, reference ISO 2022, creating natural on-ramps for XRP liquidity provision. Examine risk disclosures thoroughly. Market participation involves potential for loss. ETF inflows can reverse based on broader economic conditions. Fraudulent schemes targeting cryptocurrency users have increased. Official Ripple communications warn against unsolicited investment offers. Always verify sources and use regulated platforms. This presentation contains informational content only and is not financial advice. Conduct independent research, consult qualified professionals, and invest only what you can afford to lose. Compile the complete evidence summary. Day 1 ETF inflows, $250 million. Price support, $2.25 with oversold RSI. Whale accumulation, $420 million. Net exchange supply, down 15%. Community sentiment, 70% bullish. Technical pattern, ascending triangle targeting $2.90 initial. Utility metrics, 3 to 5 second settlements. ISO 2022 compliance, $70 billion quarterly volume, projected ranges, $6.50 by year-end, $700 plus long-term underscaled adoption models. Extend the analysis with comparative historical data. Bitcoin's first spot ETF in January 2024 experienced a 15% drawdown over 2 weeks before initiating a 230% rally. Ethereum followed a similar path post-approval. XRP's current consolidation mirrors these precedents exactly, with the added advantage of operational payment networks already processing real volume. Discuss community engagement patterns observed today. Threads analyzing ETF order flow mechanics received high interaction rates. Educational posts explaining ISO 2022 technical specifications trended among developer audiences. Balanced debate threads comparing XRP to competing settlement layers maintained civil discourse and contributed to overall visibility. Outline practical observation steps for viewers. Monitor ETF asset under management reports, released daily after market close. Track exchange net flows via public dashboards. Observe volume-weighted average price deviations across trading venues. Set alerts for key resistance breaks on charting platforms. Reiterate the structured timeline for clarity. Phase 1, immediate. Confirmation of support hold and volume increase. Phase 2, 1 week. Potential retest of $2.59 highs. Phase 3, 1 month. Evaluation of sustained inflow momentum towards $6.50 target. Phase 4, quarterly. Assessment of additional ETF filings and approval status. Conclude with the aggregated dataset once more for reinforcement. All metrics align toward continued development. Institutional inflows, technical confirmation, on-chain strength, utility expansion, and community participation. The information presented draws from verifiable public sources, including exchange data, blockchain explorers, ETF filings, and X platform activity. If this detailed breakdown added value to your understanding, consider liking the video to support similar content. Leave a comment with your observed data points or questions for future analysis. Subscribe for regular market updates based on real-time metrics, and share with others interested in cryptocurrency developments. Remember, this is informational only and not financial advice. Always perform your own due diligence and make decisions aligned with your individual circumstances.